Ariana Grande's love life is far messier than any of her hit songs. All of her previous relationships have been chapters in a book of heartbreak, passion, fleeting connections, and homewrecking. From simple crushes that fizzled out overnight to intense flings that burnt so bright but later left ashes, let's just say Ariana's journey through romance has been a roller coaster ride of emotions with twists, turns, and loops. But one thing's for sure, she has always come out, dusted herself, and thrown herself into the next available arms. Very recently, Ariana has been accused of destroying a family and even abandoning her own marriage to pursue a shaky future with Ethan Slater. But it might surprise you to realize that this wasn't the first, second, nor the 10th time that Ariana's love life has been a mess, the subject of much rumor and media attention.
I remember the day that I went for my first audition. Aaron was just coming out of his and he had been told he got a call back. So he came downstairs to meet me and we went to Dunkin' Donuts and got a chocolate donut. Our parents, they have no idea what to do with themselves. They think it's just the craziest thing in the world that two best friends from Boca Raton, Florida are now in a Broadway show together.
Our journey begins in 2008 with Ariana Grande and Graham Phillips starring in 13 the musical on Broadway. Love sparked. What is it with Ariana dating her co-stars? Cause that's exactly how they hit it off with Ethan. Anyways, back to 2008. Ariana and Graham Phillips found that love blossomed in the bright lights of Broadway, which marked Ariana's first step into the public eye, not just for her career, but also her personal life. All was well and dandy until something totally spicy went down. Ricky Valentina, an indie singer, dropped a huge story on TikTok about how Ariana Grande got involved with her boyfriend a while back. Ricky had been quiet about it, but when Ariana got caught up in another love drama, she decided it was time to share her side. So, Ricky used to date this guy, Christian Fortune, and everything was cool until Ariana, who was working with Christian on the sitcom Victorious, started getting close to him. Ricky started feeling something was off when she noticed how their communication became too frequent and too intimate as casual friends. Ricky went on to say that Ariana was low-key trying super hard to catch Christian Fortune's attention. Ricky even snooped on his Facebook to see what was up and confirmed it was true. But now Ricky's moved past it and she just wants to put the story out there, especially with Ariana's name popping up in more rumors. Christian eventually broke up with Ricky and soon after missing her homecoming. Anyways guys, Christian and Ariana had their thing going on for a while and weren't afraid to show it. It goes without saying that their sneaky affair didn't last, and guess who cheated and left? You're right, once the fun part was over, Ariana got bored, so she moved on to her next exciting adventure, which must have been someone else's man. I told y'all, it's her hobby. By the way, this all happened while Ariana was still dating Graham Phillips, and eventually the two broke up in 2011 after they had dated for 3 years.
And also, I'm very sorry for the way that I had worded the video. I shouldn't have said stolen because he definitely was at fault. More so at fault than her, but she also knew what she was doing, so she is at fault. And also, the only reason I am bringing this up because I am over it is because I did not know that she had so many victims, and when I found that out, that really irked me. And to also come in between a marriage with a baby, something needs to be said because she clearly doesn't get it if she's been doing this for this long. He was very manipulative in this relationship because he would be very quiet about me, and I never saw that. This was my first boyfriend ever, you know, I don't think these things. And he also would ask for my passwords for all my social media, like, oh, you have to give me your password for Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, all that fun stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, so then you have to give me your passwords. And he did, so we'll keep that in mind for later. He booked a role as a day player on Victorious for the episode where it's like the TMZ episode. And when he came back, somebody was AIMing him, and I like heard it on the other side while we were video chatting. And I was like, oh, who's talking to you? And he's like, oh, you know that girl with the red hair, Ariana from Victorious? Yeah, we're friends, and we're AIMing each other. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't think anything of it. After a while, they were still AIMing each other, and I got to the point where I was like, okay. So I asked him, hey, what are you guys talking about? Like, it's a little weird. And this is dead ass what he said. Oh, she's asking me what's a good outfit to wear to seduce a 40-year-old man. Yes.
Whew, Okay, moving on. In August 2012, Ariana and Jay Brooks first painted the town red with their love. However, things took a sharp turn. In February 2013, Ariana recorded The Way with Mac Miller, where they kissed in the music video, sparking rumors that there was more than met the eye. This got fans wondering if there was more going on between them, and guys, this rumor goes even bigger, since Jay and Ariana allegedly split up for a short amount of time. But when they got back together, Jay said he had no problem with the kiss because he understood that it was just acting. However, it's unclear whether he initially had a problem with it, and that's why they broke up in March. Then, Ariana later met Nathan Skies, who she would go on to later allegedly date. Months afterwards, Ariana told a story of when they met in March, saying, "I saw him in March on the red carpet and we locked eyes with each other all night. I thought he was cute as hell. Nothing happened, obviously." She was obviously still with Jay at that time, and they continued dating throughout the year. And in August, Jay posted a 10-month anniversary Instagram post gushing about his relationship with Ariana. But just when we thought it was smooth sailing, a week later, they broke up. So later, Ariana shared with a magazine saying, "The worst way I've been broken up with was probably over a text message the opening night of my tour right before I was about to go on stage." Almost immediately afterwards, Ariana was reported to be dating British singer Nathan Skies, who she met back in March 2013. They had already recorded a duet together, and a lot of her fans think that they never actually dated and that this was all PR for the song. Honestly, the fact that Jay celebrated their 10-month anniversary with a post out of the blue and Ariana sharing the details with the magazine really makes me agree on that idea that all of this is just for PR. Moving on, by October, Ariana was still supposedly dating Nathan as she continued to promote her debut album. But on what would have been their first anniversary with Jay, Jay posted a bombshell on Twitter accusing her of cheating on him with Nathan, saying, "Yes, I was cheated on. Yes, it does suck. Yes, I was left for another man." He also said that he still loves Ariana and wishes her the best, but knows it wouldn't be good for him to be with her because she is a cheater. And loves, Ariana denied the rumors, saying that Jay was just looking for 15 minutes of fame. Ariana and Nathan seemingly continued dating until December, when they split up, apparently due to long distance. Basically, a lot of fans think that Ariana and Nathan were never actually in a relationship, it was all PR. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any thicker, Ariana and Jay went and got back together for a hot minute, posting photos and videos in the same places. However, in July 2014, Ariana and Jay broke up, and Ariana said it was because he wasn't there to support her after her grandfather's death. Anyways, in October 2014, Ariana Grande and Big Sean hit off, lighting up the rumor mills and setting the stage for a love-filled saga with twists, turns, and a little bit of heartache. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Before Ariana, Big Sean was all set to marry Naya Rivera, but fate had other plans, and by April 2014, that engagement was history. Fast forward to a few months later, and Ariana and Big Sean were the talk of the town. Ariana and Big Sean's onstage chemistry was undeniable, and their collaborations were fire. But behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. Naya Rivera, in her book Sorry Not Sorry, Dreams, Mistakes, and Growing Up, spilled the tea on walking in to find Ariana cozying up in her and Big Sean's home. She wrote, "On the one day that he was back in LA, he said he didn't want to see me. But since she had a key, she let herself into his house." She later said that she had the keys to Big Sean's house. "I walk in, go downstairs, and guess what little girl is sitting cross-legged on the couch listening to music. It rhymes with Smariana Schmandre." Fans were quick to recall the incident after rumors of the recent Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande's illicit affair came out. Y'all, I do think this is interesting because it was the second time Ariana was accused of going after a taken man. It had become a bit of a trend and obviously generated a lot of controversy. And guys, at this point, Ariana also released the music video for Problem, where there is a closeness between her and Sean. For those who don't know, during this time, Ariana also met her future boyfriend, Ricky Alvarez, who began working for her as a backup dancer. However, Ariana and Sean did develop into a serious relationship, dating for the rest of 2014 through early 2015, but they split in March, apparently due to busy schedules. Okay, can we talk about Ariana and Ricky Alvarez for a minute? So for those who might not know, Ariana and Ricky got close right after her breakup with Big Sean in early 2015. By the summer, they were together, and yep, Ricky was right there during that famous donut licking incident. Basically, Ariana licked a donut and it sparked a ton of backlash against her. Ariana and Ricky were seen kissing in the video, confirming their relationship, but Ariana's fans turned against Ricky after this because he told her to lick the donut and the fans blamed him. You guys, this always seemed incredibly petty to me because she's a grown woman. He obviously didn't force her. Now, they kept seeing each other until July 2016, and that's when Ariana took to Twitter posting, "Life is wild and change is fantastic," and even liked a tweet that read, "Forever Boy canceled," hinting at her song Forever Boy believed to be about Ricky. They never gave a clear explanation of why they broke up, but they are on good terms now. So, days after Ariana and Ricky break up, she was spotted in Disneyland with long-term friend Mac Miller and was suddenly constantly hanging out with him. By August, they were caught sharing a kiss at a sushi place and everyone started buzzing, wondering if Ariana moved on from Ricky to Mac super fast. Now, here's where it gets a bit more messy. Mac used to date his high school sweetheart, Nomi, on and off for a long time. And when Mac and Ariana started getting close, Nomi hinted on her blog that Mac might have cheated on her with Ariana, though she didn't drop any names. Mac even admitted to messing up in some of his songs. This whole situation made people super curious if Ariana and Mac had a thing for each other way back when they made the way together. Despite the rocky start and all the rumors, Ariana and Mac looked really happy together. They worked on more music, shared adorable photos, and just seemed to enjoy each other's company. But things took a sad turn in May 2018 when Ariana shared that she and Mac had broken up. She said their relationship had become really difficult, calling it toxic. Ariana found herself in the middle of more rumors when she was seen at a party getting close to Pete Davidson, and guess what? Pete allegedly already had a girlfriend, Cassie David, Larry David's daughter. Cassie discovered Pete and Ariana's connection through Instagram photos, which was a shocker for her. But the plot thickens, y'all. Pete ended things with Cassie, not with a face-to-face conversation, but through a text. After Cassie and Pete took a relationship break, Cassie quickly realized she wanted to get back together. But when Cassie called him days later to get back together, Pete told her that he was the happiest he'd ever been. 2 days later, Cassie said he broke up with her for good through a text message. And the next thing she knows, Pete is all over Instagram with none other than Ariana Grande. Talk about a whirlwind. Cassie discovered this bombshell not from Pete, but from the gram, along with seeing the tattoos inspired by her get covered up. If that's not a gut punch, I don't know what is. Moving on, big news hit on June 11th when it was announced that Ariana and Pete were engaged, and this happened less than a month after they started dating. Pete even bought the ring, showing how fast things were moving. They didn't just stop at getting engaged, they also got a home together in May, just about 2 weeks into their relationship. However, their wild romance came to an end in October, shortly after the sad news of Mac Miller's passing. Ariana didn't date again properly until January 2020 when she began dating Dalton Gomez. And this continues the trend of Ariana with already taken men. Ariana and Dalton were seen kissing in February, and then she revealed their relationship in the Stuck With You video. In May, reports say that Ariana and Dalton got very close due to the pandemic and being at home together all the time. And by December, Ariana was engaged for a second time. And guys, they got married in a tiny ceremony at home with less than 20 people there in May of 2021. Y'all, I think a lot of people were hopeful about this marriage, not just because Ariana finally took a break from dating before ending up with him, but because Dalton was so private and uninterested in fame or clout. They kept their relationship very private for a long time, but in 2022, Ariana went to the UK to film Wicked, with Dalton staying in California. Now, of course, at this point, we know what happened next. By January 2023, Ariana and Dalton were already on their separate paths, but nobody outside their circle had a clue until July. That's when the world found out that they had broke up months ago, and around the same time, rumors started flying about Ariana getting close to Ethan Slater, her co-star in Wicked. Ariana is now reportedly dating Ethan Slater, and after the news broke about her and Dalton Gomez going their separate ways in January 2023, it didn't take long for Ariana to find herself in the headlines again. This time for a budding romance that's got everyone talking. Ariana and Ethan sharing the stage and apparently now sharing their lives off of it too. Anyways, people are already buzzing with worry. Only seconds in, and it's clear something's up with Ariana. She's out and about with Ethan Slater, and people can't help but spot the change. They're whispering, "What's going on with Ariana?"
If you haven't seen the most recent picture of Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater, I'm gonna show it to you because it's actually terrifying. What in the uncanny valley is going on?
Each time Ariana and Ethan make the headlines, we've been left scratching our heads a bit more. Fans are pointing out Ariana's behavior isn't what we're used to. It's not just a one-time thing, it's becoming a pattern. And there's also growing worry about her health, and it's not hard to see why. Since Ariana started hanging out with Ethan, she's been acting kind of different. She used to be all about fun and smiles, but now she seems quieter and not as lively. People are noticing it's not just about her looks, but how she acts and talks too. It's like the bright light that she used to be in the spotlight is getting a bit dim. Like the last time she was spotted in the bustling streets of New York City, presenting a side we're not used to seeing. Unlike her usual camera-ready appearance where she greets the paparazzi with a poised smile, this time Ariana seemed genuinely surprised by the cameras.
Sorry. Sorry, Ariana. Thank you. Okay. Sorry to surprise you.
This unexpected encounter has sparked a lot of controversy among fans and bystanders. It's not just the surprise at being photographed, it's how different this reaction is for someone who has been in the limelight as long as Ariana. It begs the question if the constant attention has started to wear on her. Zooming into these pictures, it's hard to ignore the changes. There's no denying that Ariana doesn't quite look like the Ari we're used to seeing. Her eyes especially seem different. Some are suggesting that it could be circle lenses, those contacts that give you the big doe-eyed look, but then again, the difference in her pupils, it's got people talking.
Everybody's laughing, everyone's giggling about like what this pair looks like together and how they should be embarrassed to be in public with one another, and all I keep thinking about is, are we okay? Do we need to call someone? Do we need to phone a friend? Because that looks like an injury. And then I have concern.
Ethan Slater was with his ex-wife since high school, and his ex-wife just had her first baby. So to her, this year was going to be their first year as a family together for the holidays. And she stole it. Not only did Ariana Grande steal it, she's now parading him around town on Christmas. I'm not trying to say it again. I'm not trying to say where she's going to go. I think I tell people all the time where their destination in afterlife is. But if there is a place, and if there is a list, Ariana Grande is on that list.
Conversation doesn't end with just whispers about their quick transitions between relationships. It dives deeper, pointing out Ethan's long history with his ex-wife dating back to high school. Now with Ariana in the picture, people are saying it's not the best look, hinting at bad karma. It's not my place to judge or call names, but it's clear that Ariana and Ethan's union has stirred more than just the pot of celebrity gossip. As you all know, Ariana and Ethan are both acting in the musical film Wicked, and it seems like that common passion is just one of the things that's brought them closer. The fact that they're now openly living together is a big deal for Ariana and Ethan. They're moving fast, and word on the street is an engagement might just be on the horizon. If those engagement rumors turn out to be true, fingers crossed maybe this time it's for keeps. However, with everything moving so quickly and the duo's recent looks raising eyebrows, it's hard to question if this wild romance is as fairy tale perfect as it seems. Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, we are all watching closely. Wrapping up on Ariana Grande's toxic love life, it's been full of ups and downs. From her early days with Graham Phillips to her current situationship with Ethan Slater, let's just say Ariana Grande's journey for love has been anything but simple. On the flip side though, Ariana's string of relationships largely show how complicated love can get, especially when everyone is watching your every move. The recent news about Ethan has got everyone talking, but maybe Ariana just wants someone who really gets her. Y'all, what are your thoughts on Ariana's wild string of flings, affairs, and never-lasting relationships? Can she find the peace and happiness she seems to be searching for, or could there be more unexpected turns in store?